You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, last year during the NFL season, and you guys know we covered the NFL like crazy during the September through February months. One of the biggest stories was weather. That's right. The Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to play a playoff game, and said playoff game actually got postponed due to a snowstorm. So over the course of about 4 days, I became a amateur weatherman on this channel. Okay, who would have thought that would have been one of the biggest stories? But it was. Now we've got another story, and it involves an NFL team. This time that would reside normally in the direct path of Hurricane Milton. Well, Milton's coming in all of its glory. It's a category 4 right now, but it's probably going to be a 5 by the time it hits. And this is Matt Daniel right here, a meteorologist at WBRC. And of course, there's the storm right there. It's going to have a direct hit, it looks like, on Tampa and then go through or very close to Orlando. So I hope my boy Drunk 3PO stays real safe. There's the track right there. It's going to hit right about prime time right there on Wednesday, folks. So that leads us to the NFL tie and the fact that the Buccaneers said, to hell with this hurricane. We're getting the hell out of Dodge. Now, guys, in case you're not paying attention, one of the guys we covered a lot on this channel is one Baker Mayfield, the resurgence, the resurrection, so to speak, of Baker Mayfield. And he started this season making it very clear. Last year was no fluke. Not only that, I looked at the MVP odds so far, and I'm shocked because Baker is not on there. And I have no idea why, because Sam Darnold's on there. Now, don't get me wrong, Sam Darnold's having a hell of a year too. But if Sam Darnold's going to be on there, Baker Mayfield's got better stats than Sam Darnold right now. But the Vikings are 5-0, and the Bucs are 3-2. So here we go. Hurricane Milton intensified in the Gulf of Mexico on Monday. Officials in Florida sounded the alarm for residents on the coast that they should start evacuating the area. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers followed suit. They said, peace, we're out. The team announced they were leaving the area with the storm bearing down on the area just weeks after Hurricane Helene tore through the region. The Buccaneers said that they will head for the New Orleans area. Quote, in advance of Hurricane Milton's expected landfall, the Buccaneers will depart Tampa on Tuesday morning. The team will relocate operations to New Orleans, the New Orleans area, for the remainder of the week and leading up to Sunday's game at the Saints. That is a massive game. The Bucs lost that game to the Falcons. Even in that game, it was a loss. Baker Mayfield showed his ass in that game. Media availabilities will be conducted virtually beginning on Wednesday. Mandatory evacuations were underway on the west coast of the state. Milton strengthened into a Cat 5 hurricane. Hurricane watches stretched along the Florida Gulf Coast and including Tampa Bay, the Florida Keys, as well as from Flamingo to south of Chokokolski. I don't know, guys. I'm in Texas. And north of the mouth of Suwannee River to the Indian Pass are under tropical storm watches. It would then go on to talk about President Biden, and we aren't covering that on this channel, I assure you. So that's it. They're headed to New Orleans to get the hell out of the way. Well, look out, because Hurricane Baker Mayfield is coming to New Orleans. 3-2 this season, but 71.9% completion, 11 TDs, 2 picks, 1,164 yards. These are the MVP odds, folks. We got Mahomes leading it by Allen, Jackson, Stroud, Darnold, Brock Purdy. Where in the hell is Baker Mayfield in all this? This is Sam Darnold's stats, and yeah, he's 5-0, 63.5%, 1,111 yards, 11 TDs, 4 picks. He is averaging a hair bigger yards per attempt than Baker is at this point, but I got to tell you, it's a travesty that Baker Mayfield is not somewhere on this list for MVP odds right now. This is BetMGM. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out at this point for the Buccaneers. The one difference between this and, of course, the snowstorm of last year involving there was 2 big weather things last year in the NFL. There was the playoff Pittsburgh Bills game that got postponed. I think it was moved 2 days. I think it was moved from a Saturday night game to a Monday night game, if I remember correctly. And the roads were like impassable, right? And the other one, and this took even a more sinister route, is the Kansas City Chiefs fans that were found frozen to death in the snow. And we still don't know exactly what's happened there. You know, you got the guy and the drugs was involved, but they don't know to what extent that played a role. But who the hell would have went outside and just froze to death, right? So I think there's a lot of people that believe that maybe there was foul play there. As far as the Buccaneers go, though, while we can talk about it here, don't look now, but the NFC South is extremely interesting this season. I mean, Saints are going to be there, Bucs are going to be there, and then it's pretty obvious after Kirk Cousins threw up a bazillion yards not that many days ago, that landing Kirk Cousins certainly brought the Falcons directly into the conversation in that NFC South as far as quarterbacks and teams go. Also, it should be noted, and I've brought this up before, Tampa Bay couldn't have done a better job, and we're not talking about this a lot. Tampa Bay could not have done a better job of losing Tom Brady and sliding another quarterback right in. I mean, they haven't missed a beat, really, at quarterback. He was solid last year, took them to the playoffs, won a playoff game, and they're going to be right there for a playoff berth this year, the Buccaneers, either by way of winning the division or in a wild card. But I suspect the Buccaneers are going to get into the playoffs this year, and then who knows? It should be noted, he was the number 1 overall draft pick for the Cleveland Browns, who, what now? Could use a quarterback. Deshaun Watson. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.